Discord. Yeah, plus camera. Send.
One more?
There's a bit of glare there.
See the rainbow. Taste the.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Stop
I,
tweeting.
Right,
I
I forgot
gotta-
you put a car in it.
Yeah, so I have a little white Lego Lamborghini in there.
I mean, it makes it go
have,
faster.
Yeah. And then on my little screen on my graphics card, I just have like a little Miami Vice dude sitting on the front of his convertible having a cigarette, and then the background you'll see like helicopters whiz around and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
It's, that was
GTA
my
Vice
sacrifice going to sea, and I built that.
Nice. I just relatively recently got like a new mechanical keyboard, and it's all got rainbow on it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Pretty dope. I'm not a huge fan of the what do you call it?
Do have that on, okay.
The RGB, but
Yeah, I just have it on my like my orange and purple sort of
It's
just
RGB, it also
chilling.
makes it go faster.
excuse the mess.
Are you a crack addict?
Yes. Why?
I don't see no prime energy drink there.
Yeah. Or
Nah,
box of
just
tissue.
got my vitamins and shit. It's because I the project side of my desk is absolutely covered in shit, so
Yeah.
It's an organized mess, yeah?
yeah, let's see.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah, like there's this mess here with just solder and flux and shit sitting around. Oh, I fucked that up. Well, let me plug in the screen so it looks cooler. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh no. Here we go. Got some color. All this crap happening over here.
They doing over.
Nice.
I'm plugging the screen now. It's just in the way, so.
Alrighty. Well, we've been talking shit for a while, so
Sure.
let's get into it. If everyone's good to go.
Yes.
Mhm.
Alrighty. So, to recap our last story, you were all individually summoned by the King of Arak, Sir Brancis Height, to investigate unusual cult behavior and missing people to the south. After investigating the local shrine to Denala, you were gassed and taken away. You awoke and found yourselves given to a newly formed Illithid colony as tribute, a trade that was symbiotic in nature. You slaughtered the Illithid, and you had witnessed the woman in charge of the cult. And it was a beautiful tiefling that seemed to have a dark magic coursing through her veins. None of you knew who she was, except one. Revan knew this was Elaine, his wife that had been murdered by the cult of Skux. You all escaped with a man named Clef Avath, who was looking for his missing brother. You debriefed the king and planned your next move as Clef was taken off for questioning. You'd been assembled by unfortunate circumstances, but bonded by the heavy weight of morality. Together, you ventured into the Coalesca forest to search for leads. It appeared to have been corrupted by some darkness brewing within. You sought the guidance of Hala, the High Priestess of Faluna. After multiple errands, you were given counsel, and through late-night research, Hector, with the help of Hyla, discovered that Skux was a lesser deity, hell-bent on corrupting the lands and seeing all mortal beings void of hope. The cult had found a way to summon their god and use Elaine as an avatar, which Skux was powerless without. The host could be weakened through weapons that had been laced with an item that was held deep within the host's heart. Revan went and retrieved her wedding ring on a pilgrimage with Rishlin. You seek the guidance of the wise nomadic Shrumans to locate where in the forest the cultists were hiding. After helping their ally, the mysterious being known as Vinaman, he took you to the Temple of Denala, where Skux was to perform a ritual at Denala's final resting place and achieve godhood. You stormed the fortified temple and along the way made an ally in Yildrick Stormfall, a deceitful dwarf who funded the cult. You saved an old acquaintance, Alesta, an elven druid corrupted by the cult, and you defeated Ashton, the lost brother of Clef, and he was the one who burnt down Revan's village, murdered and resurrected his wife, and set the plan in motion to help Skux achieve their goal. Excuse me. Plagued by hallucinations and nightmares, you found Skux deep within the temple at the final resting place of Denala. Here they had already began their transformation. Standing atop hundreds of dead sacrificed bodies, you confronted them. Revan spoke to Elaine, who pleaded for help. The battle began. You battled Skux, damaging them over time to make them slowly vacate Elaine's body. Their final form was a dragon that protected and encased Elaine. When the killing blow was to be executed, it was Din who shot an arrow with great precision that dealt the final blow to Skux and Elaine. Skux without the host had no option but to evaporate back to the plane in which it came. Elaine fell to the ground with a sliced open throat, and the party rapidly healed her. You had successfully banished Skux and miraculously saved Elaine's life, albeit at the cost of her voice. Exiting the temple, you were welcomed by the Valuna scouts and escorted back to your homeland of Pilgrim's Crossing, gifted rewards by the king, and you all decided to rest while you could. Cool. Sound about right?
Yeah,
Sounds good.
That is accurate.
that's what I remember.
Cool. Okay, so after all of that has happened, a couple of weeks have passed. So, you've all been resting in Pilgrim's Crossing for the last 3 weeks, taking it fairly easy, mending your wounds, physical and mental, all trying to come to terms with what happened in the Tomb of Denala. You all made a pact to try to see each other at the Lazy Eyes Inn every sunset to share an ale. Today marks the last week of the frost. The temperature has a slight bite to it and your breath hangs in the air, but all things considered, it's been a mild season, a few days of light snowfall and mornings of a chilly frost. The land of Pilgrim's Crossing have become somewhat of a sloshy mud pit, as every day new people from across the continent find their way to your lands to seek asylum. For some, this was the closest place to go after seeing their crops and livestock die from the curses of Skux. Others had heard whispers on the wind that it was here that a new generation of heroes had made their home, a refuge where all was safe. The Lazy Eyes Inn is now packed beyond capacity. Every night is a loud cacophony of shouts, cheers, cries, and conversation. Elric and Martin have sectioned off upstairs for you and themselves for privacy and security, but still continue to serve patrons and help where they can. Within several hundred feet of the inn, small shanty towns are starting to be erected from what lumber, rocks, and canvas can be scavenged. The majority of them, children and the elderly, escorted by the men and women who have given up their past lives for a fresh start. The past 2 weeks have been busy for some, while others have taken the time to regain themselves. Today you all find yourselves sitting around a roaring fire upstairs, eating a remarkably flavored roast beef with a side of potatoes and carrots. You feel warm and comfortable. The fire radiates onto your skin. It crackles quietly in the background. Your plates, now lit clean, still have a lingering aroma of herbs that waft through the air. Good food, good company. You nurse your favorite drink of choice in your laps, and conversation flows easily between you. Now what I would like you to do is I would like each of you to explain or let us know what drink you're actually drinking, and then something about yourself that each other don't actually know about.
Let's go first. Don't all speak up at once.
Roll for initiative.
All right, bet.
All right, all right. I'm drinking an elven ale. Oh, are we doing turn order? We can do turn order.
Yeah, why not?
If you want to go first, you can.
I sure as shit ain't going first, apparently.
Hang on.
All right, what's the turn order? Oh, Richland. Richland's up. You're up, mate.
There you go.
Oh, that is close.
Richland is Richland is so sneaky. His initiative roll didn't even show up in the chat log.
Yeah, I realized that after I'd done it.
I forgot I have the freaking thing. Oh, actually, it's gone.
Hang
My
on,
map is gone.
I'll put you upstairs. Yeah, Sephironis can be asleep. It's too late for her.
Just like when we
You can
first
just
met
say
her.
that she had something else to
asleep.
do in another town.
That's just realistic.
I mean, that was how we met her,
It's just
unconscious. That didn't sound quite as good in
I was
my
gonna say that didn't
out
sound
loud.
great.
No, it really doesn't sound as good as I wanted it to out loud.
All right, Richland, what are you drinking?
And are you going to come inside?
I was gonna say, what was some of the beverages Martin had from last time?
Martin, I think they were stocking an Oakrest Ale. You're pushing my memory back, man.
Yeah,
Oakrest Ale. Oakrest Ale. They now have 6 bottles of strings from the city of Faluna. They have a few different, they have your normal house spirits and a few different ales of sort, but nothing special. They also have the house spirit, which I haven't really talked to them about or anything like that.
I thought we tried the house spirit the first time.
No one's had the
that's-
house spirit.
The Faluna one's a wine, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, Faluna strings. It's that probably the best elven wine that is to
Yeah,
exist. in
that's
this
the one
world.
we had.
There's
Yeah,
another one
that's
that's
the
like
one you had
super
on the-
boozy.
It's not
Yeah.
super boozy. It just has like fills you with euphoria. It almost like reconnects you to nature, I suppose.
Yeah, let's have one of those.
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
hey Martin, can I grab one of those wines, please? For Luna's
Oh.
special.
Absolutely. I'll be up in a minute.
Thank
Did
you,
you go
man.
back and listen to get the voices?
Hey.
Did you go back and listen to get the voices?
No, I just remember Martin was like some big dude who had
Yeah.
a high pitched voice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was introduced with this is Martin. He has a higher than you think pitched voice. I'm not going to do the voice.
That's what you get every time.
He's big like Arnie and has a voice like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna try my best to do voices from now on.
Yeah, that's all good, man.
There we go.
Thank you.
So he's gonna come up and
yeah.
start. He's gonna pour you a wine. So you guys, this is more of just like a thing that I'd like to do every session where you guys are just going to tell something about your character to the rest of everybody else, so we can start to get a picture of what you guys are like. You're fairly comfortable with each other now, so.
You know, it's really nice to actually have a place I can relax. It's been a while since I've had somewhere where I can just sit down. If you get what I mean. I mean, I've had some really rough situations where, you know, you're not always welcome, and you sometimes have to keep an eye out for the nearest exits.
Well, Richland, you know all the exits here in this building.
Yep.
And then he just pours you one of the strings, and he's quite happy. There's quite a lot of noise downstairs, but upstairs you've got this sort of like it's sort of drowned out a little bit. So you guys are happy to talk up here. He pours you a small little glass of strings. It's not something you want to have too much of, and he sort of gives that to you guys. Who's next on the
So-
turn order?
Be Din.
Me.
Din. Din, what can I get you? Boy.
Did you have an elven style ale?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've been trying to get them imported. But I'll see what I can do. Then he sort of goes down and rustles around, and you can hear, well, you can't really hear him, there's too much noise, but, 30 seconds later, comes up with an elven ale, passes it to you.
Cool. I take it, and I look at it. I look at the mug, and I say, for so many years, I couldn't drink things like this because I was still so mad at elves. And feel like I'm finally starting to let that go and enjoy that part of my culture, that part of my history. Thanks to you, friends. And then I raise the mug and I take a swig.
I've got all the old terms. Revan, what can I get you?
Do you have anything that's a bit spicy?
Spicy. We have a cinnamon whiskey.
That'll do nicely, thank you.
Wonderful. And he rushes down, clanging around. You can see it comes up in quite a nice little, a bit bigger than a shot glass. It's in between, what you'd normally see drunk out of whiskey in a shot glass.
Yeah.
Quite a nice size double shot of it. And it has a little slice of lime on it. Here you go.
Thank you.
Hands it to you quite delicately. He's doing like these ones.
I'll take your word for it. I can't actually see your camera, so.
Ugh. Are you got your webcam up?
I do, but for some reason mine's not showing anybody else's.
Yeah, I'm the same. Could be because I have two windows open, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, as everybody shared so far, it's nice to have a place again and to be reunited. As he's sitting next to his now resurrected wife.
Yeah, I would say she's resurrected.
Yeah,
As far as
Look-
you can tell,
little bit-
she's kind of like snuggling into you a little bit and just sort of has her head on your chest.
yeah, just getting my mind around that because I didn't actually think about that until now. And anyway, that's I mean, I hadn't made much headway on my own being able to find anything about her, but thanks to all of you, I was finally able to not only find out more about her, like what happened to her, but actually get her back. So, I mean, from the bottom of I assume both our hearts, I can't thank you guys more. And well, a few of you heard this already, but when we're alone like this, feel free to call me by my real name. My name is Ram. It's a pleasure to meet you again. He sort of
I'm just glad
offers
it
a
all worked out in
handshake
the end.
to everybody again, as in like meeting for the first time again.
Martin sort of jumps there. Oh, is that what we're calling you now?
For you, Martin, yes.
Oh, Ram, it's a pleasure. And he puts his hands out to shake your hand, and yeah, he's really happy. He's like, oh well, we knew most of that story, but I didn't know your name was Ram.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
took that moniker of Revan to sort of get away from my old life because, well, there wasn't really anything left there to begin with, but now that I have Elaine back and a place to call my own again, I feel like dusting off that old name is probably worth it.
Well, you know what they say. The first step to knowing anybody is their name.
Those words.
He turns to Thorag. Thorag, what can I get a big boy like you?
So Thorag is actually kind of, and a bit of a sniffle. And then he says, get me 3 shots of your most potent alcohol.
The house spirit.
And then put a little umbrella in it. As a free.
Do you want the house spirit?
Yeah.
Look, I'd advise against it, but Elric would be pretty happy if I served it tonight.
Okay.
No worries. And he rushes off, and you can sort of, amongst the whole noise, you can sort of him like laughing, and then like, oh, Elric, guess what? You'd be so happy. And then you just hear clanging and stuff like that. And he brings up, just like a nice sort of like platter, wooden platter with 3 shots of it. It's just a clear liquid.
And I go, no little umbrella or fruit.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just so busy down there, so noisy. And he runs off, and then goes down, and then more clanging and stuff
Okay.
like that. And then he's like, puts his hands behind his back, and he's like, pick one.
The left hand.
Left. And he pulls out a little umbrella and then puts it up, and it looks really nice. He's like, I can't help myself. And he pulls out the right one. It's just a little slice of lime, and he puts it in the middle shot.
Okay.
Roll
So,
a perception check.
oh, Jesus. Okay. This is me trying to have a poignant moment, but okay. Where is it? Fuck, where is it? Where are you? I mean, God, I can't find it. Where is it?
Just roll d20. Should be fine.
No, okay. Where is it on the thing?
Is this on the macro or on your character sheet?
Just on the character sheet. I can't even find it.
It should be on the left-hand side, like in your
So-
skill list.
Roughly where
Oh.
your charisma is.
Alright, cool. Got him now. Oh, nat
Ooh.
20.
Nice.
All right. With a nat 20, out of the corner of your eye, you can actually see Elric on the stairs, who's sort of peeking up. He's like, ee, and he seems really happy, just like happy to see that somebody's drinking his homemade drink.
Is Thorag going to explode?
Looking at the 3 shots in front of you, it's very, very clear. Crystal clear. It smells like petrol.
Okay. But it does have alcohol in it.
It's
Yeah,
pure
absolutely.
alcohol.
You can smell the alcohol. Yeah, it's
Okay.
yes.
Alright. Well, I down one.
Down one, roll it. Yeah.
Well, yep. What do you want me to roll?
No, that's fine. We'll
Okay. Alright.
we'll continue. So you have a
so-
shot of one, and yeah.
Okay, so Thorag then just gazes into the fire, and looks over to Ram. What was it? Sorry, Revan. What's your real name? Ram.
Ram.
He's got to type it out for you.
Ram. Oh, thank you, Ram. Yes, so he looks over at Ram and his wife, and he thinks what could possibly have been with his mother and father. And he says, he says to the group now that I really have nothing to live for. I can't avenge my father. I can't avenge my mother. In all honesty, tonight was probably going to be the night. And then you then notice that he, with some of the rope, he was starting to tie a noose and then he downs another shot.
As he finishes that, because Thorak's sitting next to me, I put a hand on his shoulder and say, It's not all lost, and you don't have nothing to live for, because without you or any of us, we all wouldn't be here right now. So if you've got nothing to live for, at least know that I wouldn't be here without you.
I mean, if our last
Alright,
little adventures meant anything, it's clearly shown that you can make a difference in everybody's life here.
I can't make a difference in mine. My family is destroyed. My parents are gone. My clan is gone. I'll never be accepted by anyone. Even if my clan were still alive, and the humans, they wouldn't dare look at me any other way. I've just wandering this wilderness my entire life with nothing. I held on to the hope that I could potentially avenge my father and my mother, but I can't do that now. And then he takes the third one, and then slowly he stands up and then starts walking outside, walks downstairs.
You're walking outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you roll me 2 Constitution saves, please?
He's going to pass out on the stairs.
Not on the stairs.
Okay, I'll just do first.
Yeah, that's
15,
fine. Yeah, it's alright.
That's right, he's a healthy boy.
and then
He's a
I'll do
thick boy.
another- Oh, damn.
He's a slightly less thick boy.
So Thorag stands up. He definitely starts to wobble. With those 2 drinks, he wouldn't be allowed to drive a horse and cart legally. But he manages to, sort of like walk off and get down the stairs. Okay. No repercussions, I suppose.
Should we stop that?
I sure wasn't expecting it, but
Either.
yeah, let's keep an eye on him.
Well, it's kind of hard to keep an eye on somebody that's left.
No, I'm having this conversation as he's walking away.
Oh.
So Thorag, you're just walking away.
Yeah. So my goal is I'm just going to walk downstairs.
No worries. What we're going to do is I'm just going to quickly go over what each individual has done in their time since being here, and then we'll kick off where we've left it, if everyone's okay with that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
Okay, so a few of you have contacted me since we last did play, and we've sort of worked over a few things. So since arriving home, Din, you've been going out daily to hunt for food. You've gone out of your way to also train some of the people local to pilgrims crossing the ways of tracking, setting traps and snares, and using a bow. Can you please roll me a charisma check?
Yeah. Fuck. That's on
2.
brand.
You now have a following of 2 novice hunters who have been going out with you daily, learning, helping, and when returning, you guys have been taking the food that could be spared to those less fortunate. Before you left for Luna, you left 2 letters, one addressed to Hela, asking for more information about the oath bow, and the other to Reese Adrian asking for any information he or anyone else might have on the whereabouts of your mother. Pretty much it.
Cool.
Yeah?
Yep.
Rishlin, you spent your downtime being approached by shady characters, some offering business opportunities and some dodgy trinkets. The days you've had a bit of downtime, you've gone out with Din and his crew to hunt. You're perhaps not as vocal in your teachings, but as a respectable archer, they watch your technique and pick up on ways to improve. You have made connection to your guild and updated them on your adventures, investments, and proceedings. I believe you also tried to contact Hayla to ask about the dagger that you acquired. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Haven't heard anything back about that yet. You have been made aware that an old friend is visiting you within the next couple of days at Pilgrim's Crossing. So you've sort of heard word
Alright.
about that. Revan, you've been caring for Elaine and reconnecting with her. You've updated her on your travels, and through writing, she has tried to piece together what she remembers. She hasn't changed since the day you lost her, except for not being able to speak, but it hasn't stopped you guys. Elaine has begun to help Martin and Elric serving in the tavern. You keep reminding her to rest, but it reminds her of your home with her, maybe just not as nice, and she seems very happy. Also, Revan, you got approached by
Yudrik?
Uldric Stormfall, because you were the first and probably only person to actually solve the message that I put out to you guys. For those that wasn't aware, that was a secret message that if you deciphered it, told you to meet Uldric at a time and place in real life. So Revan went and attended that. Is there anything else you did in your downtime?
No, that would have mainly been it. I don't really think there would have been much else I could have done or would have had the inkling to do so. I think that was about
Yep.
it.
No, it's okay. And Thorag. I haven't got anything for you. Is there anything you would have done in the last 2 to 3 weeks? Since traveling from the temple through Faluna back down to Pilgrim's Crossing.
Not particularly. It's mainly probably just going to be keeping more to himself, like just reflecting on things, just keeping like myself to myself, basically.
Yep. No, that's fair.
Yeah, just hunting, and then just like, you know, if we've ever like made camp or something with other people, I'd always just be like a little bit further away.
Yep.
So you can see the depression really.
Yeah, very, very good. All right, you're sort of cutting in and out there, but all right. So we'll pick up where we left off. So Thorag has ran out of the upstairs and he's downstairs. Thorag, you're making your way through all these people. There's probably like in this small tavern that could hold about 25 patrons comfortably. There's probably about 50. It's incredibly busy. Elric is sweating bullets and he's just running from table to table. Yeah, it's incredibly busy.
Oh. Okay. I'm not really gonna be doing. I'm just gonna be like sitting in the corner, just watching the frivolities of everyone having a good time and just trying to cheer myself up, basically. Not really gonna be like aiming to do anything, but yeah.
Yeah.
How's that audio, by the way? Is that a bit better?
Yeah, I can
Yep.
I can hear you okay.
Sorry if I've like totally ruined your plans.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm trying to keep it fluid at the moment while still remembering all the stuff from previous things.
Mm.
And I'm trying to find my way through my shit. Thorag, you have like a little bit of not a pain in the back of your head, but sort of like a bit of a pressure back there.
Okay.
You just hear this. Hello. You alone at the moment? If so, I wouldn't mind seeing you down in the cellar. Just you. Keep it a secret.
I kind of just like shake it off, thinking that it was like the two, yeah,
Three
thinking that
shots you
it's like
had?
the two, the 2 or 3 shots,
Alcohol.
and I was just like, God, that shit was strong. I just say to myself,
Just out of curiosity, after he left and we said, should we check in on that? Are any of us currently watching him?
Well,
Like-
I've sort of
yeah,
sat
it-
at the
it-
top of the
it's-
stairs.
It's entirely up to you guys. I'm not controlling you. So if you guys want to be overlooking the balcony or you're going down to get him, then yeah, by all means,
Yeah,
that's what you can do.
I'd be probably sitting towards the top of the balcony near the stairs and just sort of watched where he went, where he went to sit down at the table.
Yeah.
Just keeping an eye on him. Nothing else at the moment.
Yep.
do I notice that he's there?
I don't know. Do you?
Notice what that he's.
That Ruslan's there watching me.
That he's
I
being
can make
watched.
you get opposed.
I'm just looking at the
check.
huge crowd at the pub. 50 people in such a
Look,
small
I
place.
can let you roll that natural nat 20 on perception,
Okay.
and Richland can roll stealth if he wants, but otherwise, yeah, you would see him. I think
Okay.
you'd see him out of the corner of your eye, unless he decides that he was doing it stealthily.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't.
Right.
Sure, we'll go stealthy.
Okay. I just want to see if I could tell, because obviously the voice is like really freaked me out, and then I just
Yeah.
want to.
You can't see Richland.
Okay.
We're in the same room as him. We can't see him.
Yeah, the rest of you are like, where the fuck did Richland go? Where's he gone?
Hey, Richland,
I mean,
you've disappeared, but if he starts doing anything weird, let us know.
yeah. Like I'm looking out at everybody in the tavern, but I'm just keeping an eye on you. Is more what I was going for.
Yep. Yep.
So
Okay. Do I hear the voice again or no?
No, there's nothing.
So-
Can I get you to roll me a history check?
Yep.
History, I suppose. It's a familiar voice, but you're not 100% sure.
Oh, I'm really drunk.
I think so. You're like hyper aware with your eyeballs, and you can basically see everything except Richland, but you got no idea who that was talking to you. But that
Okay.
pressure that was in the back of your head type thing, where you heard that voice, is completely gone.
Okay. I suppose if I haven't heard it again, then I kind of just yeah, I like is this the entranceway to the downstairs?
No,
Or I
so
just-
it's through the kitchen. So currently, I've got it set on upstairs. If I send it
Oh, okay.
back, yeah, so down
yeah,
down
so-
there. That's
So down
your-
there, okay, yeah, okay. So I will wander over to sit on this stool, and then just like look down to see if there's any like light coming from downstairs.
You can see
Curious.
you can see a slight flicker of light. There are lights that are downstairs. You guys have been there for quite some time, and you would have gone down there to help move some stock or something, just to help out the Elric and Martin. Nothing
Okay.
completely dodgy about it. You've been down there a whole bunch of times. It's just a cellar. There's usually have some torches down there just so you can see. So there is a bit of a
Okay.
dim flicker.
I think the curiosity's kind of like gotten to me. I rub the back of my head where the pressure was, and then go, what the heck? And then I can feel the alcohol taking effect, and I just go for it. I just wander down.
Who do you think you are, mysterious voice talking to me like that? I'm coming to get you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know what to do with all these people. But
What is
just
it-
pretend
what
they're
is-
not here.
What does Richland do when he sees Thorag go down to the cellar?
just so you're all aware, Thorag's heading to the cellar. Might be just helping Martin out.
Even with what
See
he
what happens.
just dropped on us, perhaps having a closer look might be ideal. There are a lot of rafters and high places for that noose, and I'm kind of concerned.
Yeah, but the cellar? He almost hits his head walking through the door.
I don't know how high the roof is in the cellar. Is the cellar less than 6 feet tall? I'm asking the DM that.
Yeah, it's your standard 6 foot tall. Not 7 foot.
Could he
Pretty low.
feasibly hang himself in it?
Oh, down in the cellar.
Yeah.
Oh, how tall's Thorag? Like 6'4", 6'5"?
Tall.
I thought
I
Thorag was
think-
tall. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
I am fairly tall. I'm like close to 7.
Well, I mean, if the average
Oh
height
yeah,
of some
6'7". Yeah.
yeah, if the
Yeah,
average
well-
height of somebody's like 6 foot something tall, the roof obviously isn't going to be at head height. It's going to
No,
be a couple of
it's-
feet leeway.
You probably wouldn't do it down there. There's not much in the way of logistics for it to happen, I suppose.
Okay.
If this is what you guys are thinking, Thorak probably wouldn't go down there to do it. It's this. It'd have to be a very
He's
short
probably
road.
just going for more alcohol. Can check on him in a minute if you start to worry.
Yeah, give him 5 minutes and then check.
Oh,
Hector's.
do we?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Just
Yeah.
a real quick question. Do we want to try and utilize, like, say, for example, like splitting the party, for example, like in this
Mm.
situation? Should I jump into another room on the Discord so I don't hear any of this? Because I'm technically not hearing any of this.
I mean,
or-
just
I'm
in,
pretty comfortable that everyone's able to just play the game and then not
Yeah.
worry about it
Okay.
too much.
it's
So
just
if-
don't
whatever-
metagame.
If you specifically want to keep something secret, by all means use a second channel.
Mm.
Yep.
But
That's cool.
if your
Yeah.
character doesn't know, your character doesn't know. It's what it should work.
Ultimately, what I'll probably do as far as splitting the party goes, because I think it might work better in the future with less people per game and organizing it around times that people feel comfortable with going on. That should just hopefully happen naturally. Like if people want to go one place, people want to go one place, then it'll sort of happen. I'm not going to throw anything out there that's going to make a crucial decision in the fact that everybody's going to split the party, if that makes sense. So if at one
Yeah.
stage, one person's like, I want to fucking change the party I'm in, and then just go completely AWOL and go to a different group, that's fine. That might have to be some talking between us to work out how and why, I suppose. That's if you guys decide to split the party.
Yeah, and as for what you meant in like the actual specifics of being in separate rooms in a building, it's just essentially comes down to if your character's not there and they don't know it, but you do, just don't. They don't know. Just play off
Yeah.
that.
Yep. Oh,
Cool. All right, Thorak,
Yep.
you're walking down the stairs of the cellar. So you walk down, you get down to the bottom of the stairs. It's quite dimly lit, and off in the far distance, sitting on a barrel, you see a hooded figure, sort of just sitting there. And you can't really see too much, just a complete cloaked figure. You can sort of see the bottom mouth, chin area. So Thorag, you took your time. It's been a while, my friend.
I just say, show yourself. Who are you?
He takes off his hood. It's Dante from Oakrest, the king's right hand.
Okay. What do you want? Why'd you summon me here?
Just a friendly chat, can't we chat?
Not when you're whispering magics into my ear. What do you want?
Well, I don't like to cause a scene, you know me. I've got important
A
things to do.
slippery
I've got
snake. That's what you are.
Hey,
A slippery snake. That's what you are.
I'm good at what I do. I think you should come over here, take a seat, and let's have a chat. And he sort of offers you to come down, just sit on one of the barrels.
Okay. I come over, but I draw my sword.
Like, completely?
No, no. I like just.
Why do I hear boss
have,
music?
I have my hand. I have
Just
my
have
hand
it.
on my. Yeah, I have my hand on the hilt.
Okay.
What do they call it? You loosen the blade.
Loosen the blade.
Yep.
You've sort of just done a little thumb flick and it's come up half an inch.
Yeah.
You sort of looks, he sees as he looks at you. He's like, I can lay my head on the chopping block if it'll make you feel more comfortable.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah, he's just smirks type of thing. He'd like, look, Thorag, you and your friend's work, the king is very, very grateful for, and I'm sure you know that. I'm here for personal, quite a personal reason. You, in fact,
What honestly have you got that I've got that you want?
What?
That's the alcohol talking.
Yeah.
I didn't follow that
You
sentence
don't-
at all.
he can smell it on your breath, and he's like, "Whoa,
It's like
maybe."
what I mean to say is, what can I honestly offer you, or what can I do for you that you would need?
Thorag, my boy, the services are done. You've already given us what we asked. It is us who can do things for you now. You see, yes, I am a snake, and I am a slippery snake, and I know other slippery snakes indeed, and they're very good at what they
I'm
do.
not hearing anything.
Was that everyone? Can anybody hear?
Oh, I can
Oh,
hear it.
sorry,
I think
hang
that
on.
was just him in character. His character's not paying attention.
Oh, was it?
Is
Maybe.
anyone?
Maybe.
Oh, I think he's gone.
Dorag, can you hear us?
Is it working?
Echoing down the stairwell, you hear Richland go, "Not as slippery as me."
Hang on a sec. I just changed the headphones.
No worries.
You're currently experiencing some technical difficulties.
I love how you just turned into scatting halfway through there.
Yeah, I gave up on the sentence. My brain stopped working, so I'm just like, fuck it.
So you've also been drinking alcohol.
No, I'm just stupid.
You're immune to the effects of alcohol because you're already at the plank intelligence.
Right. Right. Sorry. I can hear everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yes,
And
we can.
Yes, we can.
Cool.
I mean, I can
I don't
safely
know
say that
where-
that I'm not drunk because I got breath out on the way home.
Hey.
Cool. So last thing I heard or said was, what could I possibly have to offer you?
Very good.
In other words.
I'll start that spiel again,
Sorry.
and the guys can tell me whether it's close to what I did. No, Thorag, it's not about what you can do for me. You've already done it. You've served the king and me and the kingdom. You've come through with your end of the bargain, and me, I'm here on a personal errand. You see, I am a slippery, sneaky snake, and I'm very good at it. And I have other very good, sneaky, slippery snakes around the globe. So I come here to see you, because I feel like it is something I can offer you.
And what do you think I would want from you?
The same thing that every man needs. Information.
Go on.
That's your takeaway.
Listen, I have spies all around, many places, and they have been talking, and I put my feelers out for a lot of you. We did our research on your history, and we found out a lot of things about everyone in your party. But the only traces that I heard back from my spies were from you in particular.
Oh, yeah. And what did you hear?
The name Throm? Ring any bells?
Does.
Does. See, I've heard a little birdie talking in the west that he is back up and running a tribe. You keep in contact with your uncle?
course I don't. You can like feel me like getting really, really fucking pissed off. It's like, oh, I heard he was dead.
Well, I think you heard wrong. Would you like to stay in touch with your uncle?
I want to stay in touch with him. I want to cut his fucking head off.
Very good, very good. Well, I suppose you need to know the whereabouts of him.
Oh yes, and how much is this information going to cost me?
Nothing, you've already paid. I don't think you understand the scope of this. You've already paid your debt. I only come here bearing gifts. The only reason I do it down here is to, yeah, I don't need to be seen here.
Where is he?
West Valix is up in the northern mountains. He's going to be very difficult to get a hold of, but from what I hear, he's dealing with the local lords.
Yes, I suppose he is a pure blood orc. The Hawks and the humans don't really get along very well.
This is not what I'm hearing. I hear that the full-blooded orcs and the humans are doing trade deals. And from what I've heard, he is very good at it.
Yes, he's very good at deception and lies. Very un-orc-like, actually.
Good, good. I don't have too much on that front, I'm afraid. Other than that, but I understand there was someone else you were interested in. What's his
Yes, but I
name? What's his name? And he starts to rub his head because he forgot.
Glent.
Glent, and he gets a big smirk on his face. Glent is as sneaky and as slippery as I. It's quite a big name, though. I hear he's running things in the east for one of the guilds, causing quite a commotion.
I suppose I could deal with him too. I always thought that he was too far out of reach.
In my opinion, he probably is. He's sitting pretty high up in the council. Listen, I can get my spies to pay closer attention to him if you like.
How much is that going to cost me?
Well,
I
are
don't
you
think-
looking
yeah,
to give
I
charity?
honestly- No, but I honestly don't feel like you're giving this information for free. There's always information always costs something.
Have you not paid enough?
Yes, but there's always more that can be paid.
Well, when there's something, I'll let you know.
I'm sure you will.
Like, this is reverse haggling. Like, no, I want to pay
Yeah.
more.
No, I don't, but I'm just weary that he's just going to be like, "Ah!"
I told you it's
$50,
free.
I'll give you
It's
75.
10 gold.
So,
This-
hypothetically, what do you get out of this?
Well, I
If
feel like
I decide.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like we, myself and the king, have quite a rather good relationship with the 7, 8, 9 of you, is it now? You are very handy to have in our back pocket. And when I say back pocket, I more mean the front. Because it's not like we're trying anything dodgy. I'm going to word this better. Look, we consider you allies. You helped us through our darkest time. And for many of you, there are darker times to come. And all we want to do is repay the favor. We've given you land. I feel like we have your loyalty. And I hope that you have pledged your allegiance to the king and this fine country. But there is more beyond this country. There is turmoil everywhere. Look, and information goes a long way. I'm not saying it will cost you, but to have friends in difficult places is always good for us.
Is this so that you can claim stake to more lands outside of your own kingdom?
No, not at all. We fought the war and our resources have run pretty dry after that. and the scourge of Skox, there isn't much left. All we need is prosperity and want to stay relevant in this world. So we need to work out what's happening out there.
So, you've given me
You're
this
asking some
information.
hard questions for someone who's off his face.
Yeah, I know. So, but my orcish constitution is burnt through the alcohol pretty quickly at the thought of like avenging my parents. Of like,
So now he's talking to a hungover half orc.
So, you've given me this information. You want me to take this to my group?
Look, it's entirely up to you. The only reason I did it down here is because I just didn't want to be seen and cause a commotion, and it's not good for business. I just need to talk to you.
This group doesn't just take the word of one person alone in a meeting like this. You need to come and speak to the rest of the group. I will be going after them either way. But if you don't want a pile of bodies and you want someone to actually deal with after this, you might want a group to help me out with this. But you need to speak to them.
Has it
Well,
been 5
listen.
minutes yet?
I'd probably say, yeah, almost 5 minutes. Listen, Thorag, I feel like this information in your hands is good enough. If you can't convince them to help you or go along with you, then why would I be able to?
Well, you give legitimacy. You are the king's right hand after all.
There's no reason you can't name drop me.
Name dropper.
I'm more of a throat cutter than a name dropper.
You can do both. Thorax sends his regards.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion. $15.
15. He sort of rolls his eyes in the back of his head. Let's make a deal, okay? An actual exchange. I'll come up and repeat everything I told you, and you buy me a drink.
Sure. I've just had this most delicious of spirits, actually. I'll get you one.
Wonderful. And he sort of rubs his hands, and he sort of just like, he's very reluctant. Like, he doesn't really want to go up there, but look, he's...
We're about to poison the
Maybe
king's right
he's-
hand.
All right. So you guys are going up?
Yeah, we'll go up.
Does he meet Rishlin on the way up?
I see Rishlin on the banister and I'm like, Rishlin, upstairs, we need to have a chat.
I think you've been having too much to drink to have a chat. Do I see someone following him up the stairs? Or
As funny as it would be to just say no, it was just all a figment of his imagination. You see a hooded figure follow Thorag up the stairs, quite heavy-footedly, just sort of trudging along.
oh, you've adopted a pet, have you? Yeah, that's a good reason to live. All right, let's see you upstairs. Turns around and just walks off.
I contact with Martom and then say, hey, can I get another shut upstairs, please?
He just seems really hesitant. You sure you like?
And I say, it's not for me, don't worry. It's for someone else.
How many?
Just one. Actually, maybe put it in a tall glass and water it down for me.
Okay.
But don't forget the umbrella! And then slam the door behind me.
I just lost a line.
Okay. And Elric is just running around waiting tables, but he overhears the conversation. He looks even happier. So
Does he,
you
does
guys
he
go
get
up.
confused when he sees another person walk out of the cellar that he didn't know?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Martin and Elric have seen him before, so. Okay, so you, Thorag, you walked upstairs with him.
Yep.
He walks up. He sort of just drops his hood. He just takes a big old lazily dive into the chair next to probably next to Hector over here, in between Hector and Thorag. Gentlemen, it's good to see you. I'm only going to be here briefly.
Hi, Dante. Long time no see.
It's been a while. Look,
What are
good
you
work,
doing here? No offense,
guys.
but
Well. Business of the king.
understandable.
Hang on,
Understandable.
you said
Have a
this
nice
was
day.
a personal vendetta, not anything to do with the king.
Wait, who's having a personal vendetta?
Oh, not a personal vendetta. Sorry, he said it was a personal affair, not anything to do with the king. And I look slyly at
You want to roll insight?
yes. In there. Oh, hey.
He says,
I will just roll a d20 because I don't have a character sheet for him for persuasion. Yeah, look, it just seems to be like something he says to people to brush people off, I suppose.
so
Okay.
he's the name dropper.
Yes. Thorag, you're happy for me to repeat what I said, right?
I'll give them I'll give them the backstory, and then I look to the group, and then I tell them the story of how my mother was a captain in a king's guard, and was captured by a growing band of orcs, nearing their capital. My biological father was the chieftain of this clan, and my mother was captured. And then they started talking, and then they realized that they weren't so different. Blah blah. You can kind of put everything together. Glent is a human that worked with the king, and was in the king's ear once they rescued my mother when she was pregnant with me. And my father was betrayed by his brother, calling him weak, basically, for falling in love with a human. And so my father was dead, and then I was born, but somehow, and then I was smuggled out of the city, and then my mother was burnt at the stake. And then and then when we met up with the orc, this was ages ago now. He basically told me that my uncle was dead, and so the vendetta that I had against him, fueling my adventures and fueling my rage and motivation to keep going, had basically dwindled with the prospect of getting any kind of revenge. I just kept on going with the group because it had some kind of purpose. But apparently now this dude has told me that he is very much alive.
Yep. So Dante basically fills you guys in on what he told Thorag down in the cellar. That yes, Throm, his uncle, is over in the west, leading a tribe of orcs that are dealing with some of the lords over there, up in the mountains. And Glent is still to the east, running one of the guilds in Loristed, I believe it is. That's pretty much it. He turns to the rest of you and he's like, look, I have my spies everywhere, and I'm trying my hardest for the ones that need it, but unfortunately they haven't turned anything up just yet.
So you want us to find information about these guys?
Absolutely not. I was just giving you the information. All I'm saying is that to have allies behind enemy territories, regardless of what happens, is always good to have friends around.
No offense there, Dante, but I don't think with the information you just gave us and Thorek's current disposition, I don't think we're going to have any allies there. You're going to have bodies behind enemy lines.
I mean, that's
Thorek just
how all
chuckles.
about how you guys operate yourselves. I mean, they're big countries. I'm not saying go in there and kill everybody in a country.
No, judging by the given information, there's going to be at least one dead body behind a country line, and maybe a half dozen to a few thousand orcs, hopefully. But I don't know whether orcs are in given political climates.
So, after hearing all of this, does Richland get the feeling that Dante's playing the group to his own for personal gains? Like, are we getting played here?
I'm happy for you to roll inside if you would like.
Please. $13.
Dante's been pretty straight with you guys with all of his dealings. He does seem like one of these guy that deals behind the shadows and stuff like that. I think with a 13, I can't really say whether or not you're 100% sure.
Yep.
Whether or not he is actually telling the truth. He's not really telling you guys or persuading you guys to go deal with it either.
No, but yeah. So I get the feeling that he's not telling us to do anything about it, but he is providing Thorag with the information, which could have been a deal they organised previously or something like that.
Yeah, I think with your sort of what everyone has been approached with by Dante is that he does have a lot of contracts around the world. He does operate in the shadows. If people are looking for information, he is one of those people that can try to get it for you.
Okay.
And outside of the game, me as the DM would know what he knows and what you guys would want him to know, I suppose. So, yeah.
Yep. No, that's all right.
So, Dante, just to be absolutely transparent with this, I take it, what would you gain if these people that you've just described to us were to have a tragic incident?
A series of unfortunate events?
Well, let's talk about how it would affect Arik.
If they were unalived?
Well, Throm, if he was unalived, it wouldn't really impact us at all. I think there are quite a few. It's getting quite heated in the west with all of the lords and the local people around there. Quite a dark place. I can't imagine him dying is going to affect us in any manner, so I don't care. The west, on the other hand, say if they knew that we sent people from Arik to go kill someone, which was one of the guild leaders of Loristed, that would look pretty bad. I'm not telling you to go and kill him, because we just got finished with a war with them 50 years ago.
But suppose a person with unfortunate history were to seek vengeance upon him, that wouldn't look too bad upon Arik, would it?
No, of course not. But if it comes back to us, then I can't imagine that we're going to be very happy. I'm not telling you this information to act on it out of your own fruition. If you want to do it, that's fine.
Of course not. This was merely helping a friend reconnect with his past. How he acts upon it is completely up to him, not to reflect poorly on the king.
Yeah.
Then we're understood.
Well,
Seems
He's just
simple to me.
provided him the information for a family reunion, nothing more.
Seems simple to me. Thorag,
Yeah.
do you want to go and take care of this?
I do.
Then I'm in.
Yeah, I'm down for a bit of a travel.
if our previous experiences are anything to go with, I'm all for vengeance.
Thorag looks across at you all again. You can see a little bit of a tear glistening in the from the flame of the what's it called?
Hearth?
Fire. There we go. Ah! And then he goes, "Thank you."
That's just from the
Friend. And then
that's
he
from the
goes,
fumes.
"Friend." Yeah, he goes, "Friends."
Friends. Dante has a bit of a smile
Oh,
on his
friends.
face.
Friend. Friend Thorag.
Dante then turns to Thorak menacingly and puts his hand sort of like Mr. Burns and spins around to him. He's like, now
Yeah.
uphold your part of the bargain.
Is his drink?
Yeah, and then he goes, "Madam."
Which one are you giving him?
No, Madam hasn't brought it up yet.
Yeah, he was giving
Hey.
him the super boozy Eric drink, wasn't he?
Yeah, but
Oh.
I told him to water it down, but he was supposed
Water
to
it down
put it
and
on
an umbrella.
Sorry, Martin's come up with a drink and I'm like, oh, here you go. And he's put it down. And there's two umbrellas in this one. It looks really odd. And it's in a tall glass and there's some ice cubes in it. And,
Thorag takes it from Martin and goes, "Thank you," and then he takes one of the umbrellas and puts it behind his ear. And then he has the drink. Hey, how many shots have I ever had? 2 or 3?
you've
You
had
said you had all
two.
of them. Oh.
You've had 2 shots. You've got one in front of you, and then this watered
Okay.
down version.
Okay, I give the watered down one to Dante, and I go, "To the bloody adventures we're about to undertake." And then I shoot it, and then I watch him and make sure he shoots his as well, his whole drink.
So is his all 3 shots in one glass with water and ice?
No, I've got an extra shot, and Dante's got like the extra one that I've got.
Oh, okay. I thought you ordered in the same thing that you did, just in one glass.
No. I don't think he would be able to. I don't think his constitution would be able to hold up.
I don't think
so-
yours would either.
I'm going
I'm
to make
half
I'm going to make Dante roll Constitution check with advantage, and you can just roll a straight Constitution check.
Okay, one sec. Oh, damn it! I wanted him like lying on the floor.
Well, his is only a 13 because that added the 2 rolls together.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's for 13.
Oh, it is 13. Okay.
13.
Constitution. Is it a saving throw?
No, it just
Yeah.
whatever. Doesn't really matter.
Oh, it is. I suppose it is a saving throw. Yay, 16.
Okay. Dante starts to like cough even just at the watered down version. He's like, oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've drunk like this. And he just seems rather like dizzy kind of thing, but nothing too crazy. You're really starting to feel it. You can sort of feel your eyes twitching a little bit, but that's about it.
I kind of played up a little bit as well because now like a renewed sense of purpose has kind of been lit under my butt, as they would say.
Yeah.
Party Thorag no more.
Mm.
It's serious time.
Very good. Dante sort of like urges Martin over to go and get him in like a Oakrest ale. He's like, I'll just have some of the stuff I'm used to if you don't mind. And he's going to go and get another drink. Martin's like, does anybody else want another drink?
I'll take one more, Martin.
Okay. And he's sort of like walking off. Revan, when was the last time in game time? It's been about 3 weeks. When was the last? Well, sorry, it's been 3 weeks since you guys faced Skux. When was the last time that you, as Ram, have killed a humanoid?
I mean, hopefully, given the circumstances, the last time would have been when we were, well, just before we fought Skux. I can't say I would have gone out of my way to do so in the interim unless there was something that forced me to.
Okay. I need you to roll a. Let's do a charisma save. I think I'm sort of just winging this a bit, but let's just do a Constitution save.
Oh, wait, you say con or
Sorry,
charisma?
no, charisma save.
14.
Yeah. Okay. You feel like everything around you stops still, and everything seems very foggy. You can feel this tightening around the back of your skull. Everybody else that's watching Ram now, you have just seen his eyes roll back into the head, and he has just started twitching and convulsing. Ram, you hear in the back of your voice the back of your head, a deep voice. Ram. Ram.
Yes? Who's
Answer
this?
me.
Who is this?
It's time to pay your end of the bargain.
What are you talking about? What bargain?
I have given you what you asked for. Now it's time you do my bidding.
And what would that be?
I need you to do something for me. I need you to perform a ritual.
Okay, can I have information on this ritual? What would it entail, and what is its desired outcome?
Oh, Ram, you're so easy to talk to. Look at you. I need a few things. And Ram, from a deep sense within yourself, you know that this is the patron that you have signed on to. You can feel in your body that electric feeling of whenever you cast a spell or anything like that is surging through your body and your mind. And you can really just see pitch black now, and just this voice start talking to you, and this echo in this void is coming through. Well, easy, I guess. I need you to collect some things for me. If you got a pen,
Well, not in this bizarre mindscape.
yeah, very good. And he lists these things that you need for a ritual. Hold on, just let me get my notes. So I need you to find a dragon stick.
One dragon. Please tell me you said stick.
Yeah, stick. I can
Okay,
send
good.
you. I'll send you this list.
Please do, because I'm afraid I will miswrite something down because I almost started that last word with a D.
I need a dragon stick. I need some glasses. Tinkerer's magic. Doesn't matter as long as it's built well. I need. Oh my goodness! I'm getting shushed. I need.
Patron has a patron.
You'll need a dagger. A +1 dagger. Something nice. I also need you to get a gem about the size of. That'll fit inside your palm. The color is important. Make sure it's important to you. I need you to find a little sacrificed creature. Like a, I don't know how to describe it. They're like a little mechanical round being. You know it when you see it. And last, importantly, I need you to find what's called a Niom crystal.
You're going to need to explain that last one to me.
It's a crystal of immense power. I'm sure you can work it out. Got it?
Yes, not trying to incur your wrath by asking more questions, but what is my time frame for said ritual?
sooner the better. But I must say, our powers are attached, so as long as you keep slaughtering people, I'll be fine. And so will you.
Okay. And again, just to get more information that might be important to find these things, what is this ritual for exactly?
At the time, I'll walk you through the whole process. It's not a big deal.
Right. And if I were to refuse,
all of a sudden, you regain complete vision again. And for those that are watching, Revan stops convulsing, and his eyes roll back to normal. And then, Revan, your vision is still clouded, and all you can see is Elaine. And then through that vision, all you can see is her starting to choke and convulse, and her eyes turn black.
okay, I get it. I understand.
And it stops. Very good. I don't need to do this, Revan. Ram. I'd like you on my side. But your powers are tied to me, and unless you keep paying the toll, you're not going to have your powers anymore, because as far as I'm concerned, you don't deserve them.
I understand, but I feel like I would have gained a bit of favor after banishing a demigod.
The gods are of none of my concern.
Fair enough.
And I feel like I've done you a favor.
You have, and I cannot deny that.
Not only did I give you revenge, I've given you your old life back. All I do is ask the same.
It will be done.
Very well, find these things. I will contact you. And then with that, poof, everything goes back to normal. You collapse into your chair, and you're just panting heavy.
Yep.
And just your mind is a complete fog at the moment. You feel like you have lost power. What is your highest spell you can cast at the moment?
I believe all my
Like level?
spells... Well, level 2, I think? Let me
Level
double
2?
check. No, level 3.
Level 3. Okay, you can't cast any level 3 spells, only 2 and below.
Oh.
As far as the meta side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I get a sense that that limitation will be undone if I, quote unquote, pay the toll of killing a humanoid?
Yes, I think you would gain the sense you sort of have this you have this desire to feed this, whatever it is. You feel like if you were to do that, then yes, you would regain some of your power.
Yeah. As I come back to reality, I guess, I take it everybody's probably staring at me awkwardly.
I think everyone is staring at you. You're sort of just sweating and all that. Elaine has sort of like grabbed you and grabbed your head and tried to comfort you, and she sees that you've regained yourself, and she's just sort of like wiping your forehead and stuff.
Yeah, I sit up, try to play it off as best I can, I suppose. Sit up straight in the chair, give her a comforting pat on the lap, and I turn to Thorag and say, "All right, which one are we going for first, Glint or Throm?"
I feel like Glenn's going to be hard to get to. So Throm it is.
Perhaps if they still have connections, we might be able to find some more information on Glint in this Throm's tribe.
Dante sort of just butts in. He's like, hang on a minute. We're not going to just discuss the fact that Revan just had a seizure.
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel perfectly fine. I don't know how well I can play that off given the current circumstances, but I'm going to try.
I'm going to get him to roll an insight.
Did I get to roll the deception?
Yeah, sure.
Yay! Where's my deception? Deception. 19.
I believe him.
He sort of like rubs his chin. And he's just like, well, I think it's time I probably head off.
Oh,
It's been nice seeing all of you again.
before you go, Dante, is there any prevalent information that we should be looking out for while we're on our travels?
No,
If we happen to
why?
find ourselves in the West?
In the West. Well, it wouldn't hurt to touch base, just keep myself informed of what's happening over there. I have my spies, I'm fully aware of what's happening, but in case you run into anything for the first time, be nice to hear from you guys instead of my spies.
Well, given that,
Well, 2 or 3 days delay can always make a difference, you know?
any interesting businesses we should check out that maybe you have ties to, like information-wise?
Not really. Of course, I wouldn't be the type of person to tell you where to go and find my spies, would I?
No, but maybe somewhere we could leave them information or they could pass us something.
Look, if anything comes up, I'll get them to contact you.
So just be on the lookout for some slippery, sneaky snake then.
Yes, of course.
And if we see anybody that looks like Richland, I'll let you know.
Oh,
You won't see anybody that looks like me.
I don't know whether Dante's seen Richelieu before.
He's sitting right behind me.
No, he knows who Richelieu is.
Have any of us ever seen Richland
Christian
before?
just gives him a wave as he walks out.
Yeah, so he walks out and he's sort of just off on his merry way and takes up his horse and rides away.
So, Rom then.
Throm. But first, we probably need to sleep. I'm very drunk.
It's
Yeah.
probably only about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah, we'll regroup in the morning.
Again, he's probably going to need to sleep. He's very drunk.
Yep. Okay. I yell down to Martin and I'm like, give me a Long Island iced tea. I need a chaser.
I need some alcohol with my alcohol, goddammit.
So reluctantly, Martin brings it up. He's like, and with Revan's drink as well. He's like, Thorag, you feeling okay?
I'm feeling pretty damn good, brother.
All right. And then he hands you a Long Island iced tea with a chaser of the home spirit.
Ooh. Oh, no, I meant like the Long Island iced tea was the chaser.
No, you've got it now.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
well. And then I tipped the shot of the spirit in the Long Island iced tea. Make it even more diabolical.
Roll it. Roll a
As Morton
constitution
ha-
with it. Disadvantage.
As Mortem
Oh,
hands
God.
me the
Oh,
drink,
yeah.
I just whisper to him,
Sorry,
you may want to get a bucket.
Thorag's gonna have he's gonna have liver damage.
That's if he survives the night.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Thorag, you don't really sense anything other than you feel like you're getting more and more intoxicated. The rest of you can slowly see one of Thorag's eyes has gone in a completely different direction, like wanders to the point where it's like it's looking at the wall like a chameleon.
Crazy eyes from Mr. Deeds.
Oh, you know when you get
French
so
fries and
drunk you go
Oreos.
cross-eyed?
Very good. Okay, what do you guys want to do?
suppose
Actually, what we might do is take a quick little 5-minute break. Just going to go to the toilet and grab a drink, and then we'll pick up from where we left off.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Everyone's all right?
Yep.
Is anyone in a rush to take off?
Nah.
I'm done.
I've probably got half an hour or so left.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see how we go. All right. I'll be back.
All right.
Hey, anybody know where there's some humanoids to kill? I have a hankering to spill some blood. How do you spell that? My brain is not great with the words. Okie dokie.
All right, I'm back.
I didn't go anywhere.
Are we waiting on anybody?
I think everybody else jumped up and left.
I always thought I muted.
They missed my witty remark that I'd made, that I forgot that everybody was gone when I made it. I said, anybody
no.
know where there's some humanoids that need to die? I've got a hankering.
Yeah, man. All right, hang on. Let me find that list for you.
I'm in danger.
That's some content for you.
Where's my list?
Where's my super suit? Also, I don't know if you get the reference to that that Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh thing that I put in there, but that was all I could think of was when you were talking as Martom. Ooh, Yugi boy.
I don't know him.
He's very camp and slightly evil.
Oh.
Till he gets beaten and then he's less evil, but still very camp.
Right, we're back.
Has Thorag muted himself, or have I done that?
No, he's muted himself. It comes up red if it's a server mute.
Oh, okay. Very good.
I had a good laugh when you said, "Oh, I'm being told to shush."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Taj. I don't know. I
I was
think I
like,
get a little
yes,
bit
when
loud.
the patron has another patron higher up.
It made me laugh.
I'm even further down on the
Pyramid
food chain
scheme.
than I thought I was.
It's a pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme, Revan. You can work your way up.
I don't know about that. I think I'm well and truly at the bottom. The only thing under me is apparently the bodies I need to leave. So,
So
do you know
apparently,
what?
the number of cultists you killed didn't matter.
No, they did. It's just been 3 weeks since then. He needs. I need to pay off my loan some more. Rent's due.
The rent.
So
It's time to pay the rent.
know anybody that needs to die?
I believe Thorag has a few ideas. It might take a while to get there, though.
Yeah, I don't know how much more I got left in me before I get there. Not like it actually matters, though. The way that my rolls are, I wouldn't be helping much with anything anyway.
How was the Mario movie?
It was very good. Yes, if you've grown up with Mario and you enjoy that sort of stuff, there are a lot of things that you'll get out of it.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
if you're planning on seeing it or you don't want spoilers, I'm not going to try to get into anything. And
I wanted to
it
see it, but I
looks
had a 2,000
beautiful.
2,000 word essay and
Oh.
a 18-page PowerPoint slide to create.
So you
Hey, there's your shopping list.
Need a dragon dick.
Mine went straight to the gutter.
Let me just go on the Bad Dragon website real quick. Get that right for you.
Finely made glasses. Ah. I thought he
Can I
actually just said glass. not
Can I
glass.
steal those? No, he said like Tinker's glasses. Can I steal those sunglasses from whoever has them in the party?
Hector?
Can I steal those? And
I suppose, yeah. They'd probably count.
I was going to say you can just ask him.
given my history with Hector, probably not. But didn't he give them
you've
to
had
somebody?
3 weeks to get to know each other.
Didn't he give them to somebody?
Not to me.
I think he gave his stuff away before he went full Hector.
The body of a. I feel like I know what that is, but for whatever reason, I can't think about it. I can't think of what it is anymore. Aren't modrooms those like little weird interdimensional D&D robots?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I couldn't think of what they were called at the time. I didn't have it written down.
No, that's okay. I was just trying to think of what they were, and I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to try to find that. But we're going on an adventure. Who knows
You'll
where
know
it will
when
send
you
us?
see it. You know it when you see it.
Going to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
No, none of that.
Candy Mountain.
None of that. Ever. 5 minutes of my life I will never get back. And then another 5 for the second one you made me watch.
I was going to say, it's been more than 5 minutes with the amount of references you make about it. It was clearly a well invested 5 minutes, because as soon as anyone says it, you're scarred for life.
Yes, because being scarred is a good investment.
Do we have Zach back yet or no?
I'm back.
He's
You're
here.
back. Who are we missing?
Din.
Din, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Never
I
mind,
just
we're all
did-
back.
I just
I
didn't
never
hear
went
him.
anywhere.
Din's like, I never left. Fucking excuse me.
So I'm just trying to work out why I can't get
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
webcam.
do we well before we start back again? Do we have a map of the area that we can see, or because I'm pretty sure I crossed an ocean?
Oh, we had a world map. That was.
Yeah.
That was something.
I can give you a world map. I have been working on it.
Okay.
It's on my other, like on my laptop, so I
Yeah,
can pull
'cause
it out
I
and send it
think-
to you now. Or
I think the only one that we can see is the Arok map.
yeah.
Oh no, that's cool. As long as we kind of got it.
That's pretty big.
I may have taken liberties with some people's backstories to sort of fit the world that I sort of, as far as like,
Well, I mean,
locations go.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, that's cool.
I was going to say, if, when we created, well, I know at least my backstory, I said if you needed to change anything to make it fit, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And I left mine as vague as I possibly could.
And it became the main centerpiece.
Yeah.
And then I made mine like super, super intricate.
So all I've done with yours, Thorag has taken the, I suppose, the essence of it, and just sort of locations have changed around, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, like, if you
Um,
don't have to try and cross an ocean, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Look, it'll still be pretty far to do certain things, but yeah, because I was looking at
Yes.
everyone's backstories and then realised Gibbo named half of his stuff after Skyrim shit.
Did he
haven't
really?
I
I
haven't
mean, you
played
got to pull
Skyrim.
inspiration from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. um, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
But we're
anytime
going to
I've
let
tried to do a
Thorag sleep it
backstory,
off. I guess Rishlin and Din might go hunting if it's mid-afternoon.
Yeah, it's about mid-afternoon. Hold on, I'll get to that. I'll just load this up. I'll fix my little thing. I've started trying to stream on OBS and stuff like that, and it's become a
Oh, you
not a
becoming a
challenge,
streamer, are you?
but I was just trying to play with it and stuff.
Man, I've been thinking and wanting to do some streaming stuff for a long time, but I just know the internet I've got cannot handle it. I don't even know if my computer could handle it.
I suppose Revan will go look for bandits.
Hang on. Alright. Sweet.
Bounty hunter.
Or somebody conspicuously on their own that nobody will miss.
It's just
I
another
mean,
case
you
of
might
me
still
like
have those cultist robes. Wink, wink.
another case of me writing like a whole bunch of like stories and things and stuff like that, and then it not even being a
Used.
quarter of the way through what I wrote.
It's kind of funny. You're like, oh yeah, I'll just do a little bit for this, and you lose track of the amount of time and effort you pour into it. I didn't remember making that much.
And my favorite is when you
Eureka,
write
so
something,
big.
then delete part of it, and then realize it makes no sense when you read it back out again.
Oh yeah. Or you repeat yourself further down the page.
Yes, I'm sending you through the world map. That's sort of on the way of being finished.
Day on the way.
Very nice.
So,
Where's that random island that Doherty's campaign's set on?
bottom
That
left.
far left one.
Thundered Isles.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was to Lorestead was where Glent is.
Yep.
And Throm's to the west in
Valix.
Valix. Right.
So, not that you guys can see it at the moment, but in between Arik, Valix, and the Gleaming Sands, so running on the southern border of the Gleaming Sands is like a massive mountain range. And so probably from the Arik map that we have, you could probably see the starts of that. But
Yep.
it basically
yes.
separates that type of thing.
So, would we know, as people that obviously live in this world, that mountain range, would that be something that we can go over or through, or do we have to go around?
So what I'm sort of looking at, as far
Under.
as like game mechanics wise, is setting up a new travel mechanic for you guys where I'll basically get you to do, like we have, this is the map that will say how long things take. So on that, we're going to run with a black hex takes 1 day travel, a red hex takes about a week's travel. Okay.
Yep.
And so every day that you guys travel, you guys will have to do almost like a death save type thing where I'll make you roll a survival check, 1 per character, or at least 3. And then depending on the challenge rating I set, that path will determine whether you encounter anything or have any consequences, I suppose.
Yep.
Damn, we can cover a lot of ground in 1 day apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, we are widely more powerful than the average person, so we can probably cover more distance and such and stuff.
I think like traditionally it's like, trying to think, it's something silly like 8 days per red one, and then it was divided up silly, so I just made it,
Oh, did you
1
make
day
that on
per-
like a world generator or something?
No, well, I came up with a map from a world generator and then edited it and then put over my own hex system.
Well, yeah, I'd expect like the small hexes to be like maybe a week's travel.
I could,
Yeah, I
but
don't know.
then-
There's no real scale.
Yeah, that's it. So
Yeah, we need a banana
Oh.
for scale.
everything within most countries is like a week's worth of travel. So from you guys to go from Oakrest to Pilgrim's Crossing, back in the day when we were doing it was about a week's travel.
Yeah.
So it's
That makes
probably,
sense.
judging from this scale now, it's probably about 5 days. 5 or 6 days, so.
So from Oakrest to say the big hex for the Gleaming Sands, it could be 3 weeks, 2.5.
So from where? Sorry.
So if we went from Oakrest to the
Mhm.
west towards the
Yep.
Gleaming Sands, it would take 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Well, it'd probably take about a week, but then you're going to have difficult terrain.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So then you're going to find
Yep, yep,
yourself
yep,
in
yep, yep, yep.
locations that it's going to extend that travel. As a good rule of thumb, that hex system will probably work like 1 week's travel from red hex to red hex if there's roads. You guys have got like horse and cart, and there's nothing stopping you, I suppose. Cool.
Yep.
All right, so everyone's back.
Easier.
Alrighty. Where do we last leave it then? So you guys all sitting around that. Dante bid you a fond adieu and
Yeah.
left.
I think Thorag was about to throw up.
or pass out.
So, Valix then? Do I know? Do I know that Valix is the country to the west, east, west?
Yeah, I think everyone would probably have
Directions
that.
on a map. Never
Yeah.
tell you week next west. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to devise a traveling route. Do we want to try to go over the mountains, or would it be a better idea to go around them?
So from what you guys can't see from that map, you would know that mountain range that separates the Gleaming Sands and those southern countries. Okay, so you could probably travel fairly comfortably for probably like 4 or 5 days on path. Then you would come to like a fairly dense forest, and then that would lead you into the lands of Valix, I suppose.
Oh, okay. So the mountain range doesn't cut straight across.
No, no. It separates
Arik.
the Gleaming Sands from Valix. And
Oh,
Arik.
okay. So we can just like hug the south line of the ridge,
Yeah.
and yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I suppose we'd need to gather supplies for lengthy travel then.
Yes, I would like to purchase some more things to better kill people with.
Yeah, so with shopping, what I'm going to get you guys to do, what I'll do is I'll upload a spreadsheet that I've made. It basically has every single item in D&D.
That's going to be a big spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I don't think it has like magical items, but it has like general type things. To keep shopping to a minimum within game, unless it's for like a special item, I suppose. We'll do it behind the scenes and stuff like that, and I'll get you guys to roll maybe like a charisma for
Oh, man, that's
haggling or
hard to
something
find.
like that. Yeah, I know, it would take like a full night's worth of shopping. Considering the amount we play, I don't think
Yeah.
it's probably for the best. But I'll
So
send you guys that.
Yeah, we'll say we've done some shopping, and we'll worry about that later then.
Yep,
Yeah.
or it'll take place along the whole lines.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we need to go to Oakrest for supplies, or are we happy to just do the shopping locally in Pilgrims?
I think there are any shops local in Pilgrims.
I don't know.
There are stalls. So
Martin can just give us the supplies we need to travel, but if we want to go and actually buy stuff,
yeah. So I suppose one of the things you guys have started to notice, the population is increasing in Pilgrim's Crossing beyond capability. Like there's probably, you guys are still in the tavern, but over the last couple of days, you've seen hundreds and hundreds of people just plotting around the lands of Pilgrim's Crossing now. There's probably only about 6 or 7 like houses and farmsteads around the place in the tavern. It's not a well-established area. There's hundreds of people setting up camp, setting up their own little stalls, doing all that kind of thing. It's not a nice sight. Is probably the best way to put it. But I mean, you could look around here for things to buy. Yeah, it's up to you. But currently, you're still all sitting at the top of Lazy Eyes Inn. So what what would you like to do?
well, hey, Din, do you want to go hunting for some supplies for this trip, or should we just ask Martin if he can order them in?
I think we'll need to process anything that we're going to take with us, so I don't know, like we've got stockpiles sort of, around. Caught a few deer that are still sitting in the salting cellar, salting in the cellar, so I don't think we need to worry too much about that sort of thing.
There probably isn't any salty deer sitting in the cellar.
What have I been doing then?
Maybe
There are a lot of people around, buddy. They're probably eating it.
Eating my deer? How dare they?
It's up to you what you want to do. If you want to say that you've been holding on to deer, like for you and you guys, I can say
Just-
that you've got about a week's worth of food.
We can.
Yep.
It's not worth. There's not much we can do from a hunting point of view. Is my main point. It's like if we don't have something sitting around and we're gonna leave soon, we don't have time
Yep.
to process it in such a way that's gonna prepare it for travel.
No, but we could potentially go hunting now to leave something for Martin to use, and then he could give us some more supplies to take on the road.
Oh, yeah, we can. We can
If that
try
makes
that.
sense.
Well, let's have a chat with him and see what he says.
Hey, Martin, we're looking at going on a bit of a hike, bit of an adventure. How are you on supplies?
Well, drastically low. Oh, look, we're really struggling here with we're look we're doing our best. We're going day by day. We can't get any shipments in of food. We're really struggling. We keep turning away hungry people outside the door. It's getting harder and harder.
What's stopping you from getting shipments of food in?
Supply. Our Arik's lands have undergone everything that's happened there, and nothing's coming from the west. Everything's coming from the east.
What?
Was that a what?
Why is
I said good point.
why are the
Oh.
supplies?
Corrupted.
So as a result, like a lot of the livestock and crops have died this season within the lands of Arik due to that corruption. Food is quite scarce, and the food that is available is definitely not coming down here.
And I would assume with current orc tribe in the west is probably a reason that there's nothing coming from that direction.
Can I get some history rolls from you guys?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
History d'histoire. Never mind. I got a 4.
Oi.
So Revan and Rishalin probably don't know too much, but Thorag, from your dealings with orc tribes and all that, and where you were raised. So Thorag, you know that most of the orc tribes, there are a lot sort of like scattered around the world, but there is quite a dense population of roaming tribes that are to the west, in Valix, up in the mountains especially, and from where you were raised over in Loristed, that's where your mother raised you up until the point of what happened. Din, being the astute learner you are, you've
I
pretty
also
well
speak Orcish, so
also
I
speak
interact with orcs
Orcish.
on a semi regular, not semi regular, but like enough that I learn the language.
Okay.
Just
So
in my
you-
like trading.
Yeah. So you are aware of quite a few of the tribes over there, and you know that there is quite a heavy presence of orc tribes over in the west. Valix itself is quite isolated from the rest of, I suppose, the human society. It's quite a wild and deep magical type area. You know from your learning that humans first established themselves around the Loristed area, and that sort of continent to the south that I haven't put in yet. But that's where humans sort of started their life, and from there they've sort of established their own realms. The realm of man, I suppose, but that west in Valix has been fairly recently established, and quite new to the humans.
Nice.
Can I answer anything else? I mean, you rolled a nat 20. Is there anything else you guys want to know that I can sort of fill you in on?
No, that was pretty much it. I was just I wasn't really 100% sure if it was more of a they were getting stuff from the west, but now they can't because of the orcs, or if it was more of a they don't get stuff from there in general because they don't have the best trade relations with them.
I suppose the trade routes from Valix as well is because it is so cut off and secluded. Most of it is done by sea. to the north, you've got those heavy, large mountains. Separating Arik and Valix is that really dense, large forest that's very difficult to get like trade convoys through. So there's not a lot that goes through it.
Yeah.
Most of the dealings is done in the south of the countries by sea, but that area is pretty prevalent to pirates.
Yeah. Yeah,
So there's not a great deal that comes. Valix doesn't export or import a whole deal.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, and was that did he say anything about stuff that they used to get from the like anything about the stuff from the east, or it's just that they haven't been
They haven't been able to get enough.
Yeah.
Because all of Arik is dried up. Most of it is going to the larger cities and stuff like that. And recently, Pilgrim's Crossing only had a population of about 20, and you guys were half of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've got an influx of about 200, 300 people that are all living there trying to buy food from the tavern and hit up the local people for food, but there's just not enough.
Yeah. So, obvious suggestion would be if we wanted to get supplies for a lengthy trip, perhaps
go to
Oakrest, and that way, one, not dwindling the supplies that are already small here, but also if we could send supplies to here from there.
Yeah, we should have asked Dante to send some supplies before he left.
I suppose it sort of depends what you guys feel capable of doing. I feel like with your group, you'd feel pretty comfortable living off and day to day, I suppose.
Yeah. My thought was more just like if we do go up there, like sending some, like, even if it's just like a few bags of like flour or something like that, something to just like help them out.
Yeah. I just don't think it would be worth traveling, almost 2 weeks to go and get like a few bags of food so you can then travel a week.
Yeah.
So we'll take some supplies that you can offer, Martin, and we'll try and stock the stores before we leave.
Well, I think the idea behind that is don't take any of his supplies and we fend for ourselves.
Well, you might want to take something just in case we don't have the best hunting expeditions. I'm not saying we take a lot, but I'm saying we take something as an emergency ration in case.
Listen, just maybe talk to Elric about it. He's the one in charge of our supplies.
All right, we'll talk to him then.
He turns to Din. Din, I almost forgot, but this came for you today. And he hands Din 2 envelopes that are nicely wrapped up and sealed.
I take them. I say thanks, and then I
he's sort of like, oh no worries, and he sort of like wanders off. He's like, Elric, just trying to get his attention.
Yep. I hold them up to in front of the fire so that I can see if I can see through them.
And they burn on fire.
Damn. Oh well.
You can't really see through them. But you can tell that they're from Faluna.
Oh, okay. I
can tell they're from.
I got like a elvish seal on them or something.
I
opened the first letter. The one
Smells of elderberries.
Yeah.
Just a second. My computer's completely just like gone sad. I've learned the limitation of my rig. Needs more RAM.
Memory.
Where are we at? All right, so you open a letter. Do you want the little one or the big one?
Whichever one was on top.
Man, okay.
You just make a choice, buddy. Be decisive.
If we go psychology-wise, he would have probably put the small one on top.
So you open up the small letter on top. and it reads, Din, once again thank you for your valiant efforts against the forces of Skux. Elven and mankind should both be honored to claim you as their savior. I feel this deed has gone mostly unnoticed by the rest of the world, but for me and the people of Faluna, we shall always remember. Please thank your friends for me as well, especially Hector. I have not found the courage to write a letter to him, as I feel the words I would write would not be truthful to myself. Thank you. The oath bow was left in the temple for me about 10 years ago, and I have held on to it since. No one is sure who left it, but it was wrapped in plain cloth with a small note attached that read, Hela, I trust you to give Aragorn to one who is deserving, who will keep an oath, who will make this world a better place. I assume Aragorn was what the previous owner named the bow. I do not believe this is a one-of-a-kind weapon. The oath bow can be found in many ancient texts from various times and locations, each story to be taken lightly, of course. Some say that it is sentient or has a spirit within. Evil or good, all the stories are different. I believe it to be a reflection of the wielder. You can choose to use it for good or evil, and it will help you achieve your goals, but you will imprint yourself onto the bow. This oath bow seems to have been cleansed, however, a blank slate. For it to grow in power, you must attune to it again, but this time, I want you to whisper to it an oath, a powerful oath. You have either made to yourself ally or enemy. Once you have fulfilled this oath, it will grow in strength. Be careful. Find the sweet spot between minuscule and impossible, and its strength will grow. Your friend, High Priestess Hela.
What do I do?
Throw it in the fire.
Does hey?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I
I'll just put
Damn.
that in the chat.
And that was the small letter?
yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I guess I chuck it in the fire.
Yep.
I mean, you can
I've
keep
read
it if
it
you
down.
want.
No, I don't keep. I've been a lone wanderer for like most of my life. I don't really keep things that I
Oh.
can remember.
I must say, did you read this letter out loud?
No.
Okay, so you read it internally.
Yep.
Okay.
And and I just remember it.
Yep.
Is Hector here?
Yes, he's sitting there drinking. What would Hector drink? A big delicious beer, and he's
Yeah.
grunting a lot.
It's a big pile of dicks.
Drinking straight Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Telling the patrons of his glorious deeds.
Mm.
Yeah. I turn to him and I say, Hela says hi.
You're like, Hela says hi, and then you just burn the letter.
Yeah.
You can't prove it. She didn't say anything otherwise. You can't prove it.
I wish
Yep.
Hector was here for this.
He says you suck.
Yeah. And then I open the next one.
Okay. This one, the writing is a bit messier and scruffier and stuff like that, and there's quite a few different pieces of paper, so I'll explain as I go. Din, like you have asked, I've done some digging into your mother's whereabouts. I've been going through the archives of guests to visit the city. I've traced your mother back to her first visit over 200 years ago. Things start to get a little messy. Physical descriptions of Kea remains consistent across visits. Tall, fair complexion, frizzy platinum blonde hair, and a red braid. Last report noted a scar on a collarbone. Guard reports all indicate she has a problem with authority, as every interaction was met with confrontation, especially interactions in her youth, and the last when a guard was accused of looking at her collarbone. I've asked around town to see if anyone remembers her, but nothing solid. Carmine claims he met a mercenary woman about 7 months ago, calling herself the Silent Fate, matching a similar description. Said she was missing a canine tooth that had been replaced with a ruby-encrusted metal filling. Claimed he slept with her, and said she asked for him to move down south for a new life together. You've met Carmine. He's a good man in my eyes, but perhaps a better storyteller. I don't think someone like this would have passed unnoticed. Pass my regards to your companions. If you're ever back in the city, come say hello. I hope some of this helps. You've definitely helped me in more ways I care to mention. Thank you. All the best, Reese Adrin. It also comes with a list of like sort of just posted up like key
Arrest notices.
date. Hey,
Arrest notices.
no, not arrest notices. It's more like entry and entry reports. When people enter the city, they're written down. It's recorded. Might be a little bit messy.
I mean, you did start out the thing saying that it was a messy note, so
Yes.
that tracks. Did that say something about her having a gem-encrusted tooth?
That's
That's
what Carmine said.
That's kind of badass.
Yeah. All right. This one I fold up and I put away.
Okay. Just a second. I'll clarify location. The city is in Valix. It's in the south. Valix. It's a city called Twilight.
Mm.
And in the Valix area, it's like southwest. It's a city on the coast. Let's say. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
Say, looks like my destiny is in Valix as well.
Even more the reason to go then.
All right. What are you guys gonna do?
Suppose preparing for a long trip would be the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Purchase a donkey.
donkey.
Purchase a donkey.
Just, you gotta put all that shit somewhere.
That's not a very nice thing to call Balthazar.
Oh, I did get a message from him.
I have nothing to add. To that. I don't confirm or deny. I just think if we're gonna bring supplies for 10 people, give or take, we probably want to have some help.
I mean, if they have a horse and cart that we can take, that would help as well.
I don't know if we want to take a horse and cart over the difficult terrain.
True.
Well, what,
Do you
we're not
guys?
actually going over a mountain.
No, you guys aren't
We're
going
through,
over a
We're
mountain.
going through a forest.
Yeah.
As far as you guys are aware, there are like roads through the forest. It's just not a. It's not a place. That's a trade route is very ideal to put through. There are monsters that run through that. Everybody knows it. There's a lot of monsters and magical shit down in Valix. And to go through that forest is. It's not going to
Dangerous.
kill ya, but like it's dangerous. You're not going to get your everyday tradespeople who are going to be like, yeah, I'll fucking take your milk through here.
So
That's
we
worth it.
could potentially take a horse and cart, but we also may potentially lose the horse and cart.
Yeah. It's a fair assumption.
All right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Well, we're not going to worry too much about shopping, right? We're just going to assume that we get the things we need, more or less.
So we talk to Elric. We'll grab a few supplies, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Just as emergency rations. And we'll prepare.
On asking
to head out.
Elric, on asking Elric about supplies, he's very shaky and just really sad. He basically says he can't spare anything. He says that maybe it's worth trying to see if there's anyone to trade with close by.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can't offer anything for you guys. He's given everything he can to help as many people
Okay.
as he can.
Perhaps on our
If
way
that's
out, we'll
if
check
that's
the farmlands.
case, yeah, I was gonna say if that's the case, do you want to go on a quick hunting expedition, Din, just to try and bring back something for them,
I
so we're
think
not
let's
leaving
just
them
assume that
completely
we do
empty-handed?
that during the prep time.
Yeah, we can make that work. So, yeah, all right. We'll sort of assume you guys have done that. You guys go out just for like say maybe 2 hours of hunting. Okay, you've can I get survival checks from both of you?
Oh, there it is, survival.
11 from me.
Jeez, my survival's pretty high.
Your survival's
Nice.
4, you just rolled high.
Even so.
We'll take it.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
so you guys have done pretty well. The small little cart that you've taken out, like a man sort of drug cart. Rishlin and Din, you've probably scored a pretty good load of meats and stuff like that. It would be enough for everybody, for you guys, for the week, if you wish to take it all. But yes, there's probably enough food in this cart for about 50 meals.
I reckon,
It's up to you how you want to divvy that.
Do you-
But
Yeah, do you want
yeah.
to take the bare minimum for us and leave the rest for the towns people, or
we can hunt on the road, is the thing.
Yeah, and meat doesn't tend to keep that well in a bag.
no? So we'll take some for the first 2, maybe 3 days of travel, and then
I'd
we'll
say
just leave the rest for
the first meal. Just for the first meal.
yeah.
Yep.
We'll leave the rest with Elric.
no problem. So we'll sort of say it's getting to about 6 o'clock at night. Okay. That you guys get back from your quick little hunting session. You've done really well. Those 2 guys that followed you as well come help, and they're just sort of like in awe of, Din and you, Richland as well. Like, oh my god, you hear them whisper. They're always like, oh, I can't believe these guys killed a god, and now they're killing deer. How great! Like maybe if we kill enough deer, we'll be able to kill a god, and they just say ridiculous stuff
Maybe
like
if
that.
we kill enough gods, we'll be able to kill
I
deer
just turned
too.
to Din, I was like, "Dude, this feels like sarcasm, right?"
And I'll just say, this is what we can get to when you guys aren't holding us back.
And they're like, I don't know, they're writing down notes and shit. They're just So on the way on the back of like the sun sort of going down, Rishlin, you've sort of noticed off to the side that there's a familiar face.
I pretend I don't see it, and I just keep going, acting normally.
Just a second. I need to do something. Where is it? Okay, that's a good name. Yeah, okay. You gonna pretend that you didn't see anything?
Yeah.
Okay. You can roll stealth for me? All right. So you walk past, and where am I at? Richard, as you walk past, you see this person is actually an old friend of yours, and you can see that she's currently setting up her like a temporary shop of kinds. You see her moving crates around her stall, and it's now sort of all fully set up. It's like a little small cart that doubles as her home. There's a little blue sunshade off to the side, and to the back there's all like the crates and armor scattered around, and to the front there's like a nice little wooden table with a silk topper on it. The store itself is stocked with most of the things you'd find in like an armory or a blacksmith. except for like the bulkier items. It's more tended for like the smaller, more finesse type thing. She finished moving a box around and chucks it down with a loud thud. And yeah, she sort of just goes about her business. She doesn't know you. You know this to be Jasmine, who is a friend of yours. She's a young female half elf with orange straight hair, and you know her to have an infectious smile. She's about the same height as you, Richland. And from memory, she's strong but still has a quite petite frame. And at the moment, she looks like she's wearing some fairly average average clothes, like just a traveling tunic and brown pants, dark green tunic. She's just covered in sweat and dirt. But yeah, she doesn't seem to notice you, but she's sort of like packing away her store and stuff like that. Where's my thing?
Okay. After hearing the loud thud of dropping the box, I might turn my head and actually, you know what? Speaking of supplies, she might have some. I might go over and have a quick chat. I'll catch up with you later. Said it in as we were heading back to the inn.
I just grunt and nod.
I grunt and nod, and then I just stand there watching.
Yeah.
Alright, Din, so you're just gonna keep going?
Yeah, it's gonna keep going.
Yeah, cool. So you're gonna walk up, Richland?
Yeah, I'll just walk over. I'll wave. Don't suppose you've got any supplies for sale? You look like you're open for business.
Richland! She screams, and she's like super. Now that she's seen you, she's really quick on her feet. Before you realise, she's sort of like dived into your arms for an embrace. She's like, "I've missed
Oh.
you. Where have you been?"
It's been a long story, and yeah, I'll catch up with you for that. It's gonna
Ooh.
require a few drinks.
Oh, hang on, I need your help. Help me out.
Sure, I can
She sort of
help
like
you
takes
unload
your
some of
hand and
these.
takes your hand and starts walking you over to like the store. And she's like rummaging behind the counter, and she like pulls out like this big wooden sign. Help me put it up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll
So
put
she sort of
the
like
sign up then.
directs you and helps you put it up, and she puts up this sign on it. And she like stands back and looks at it, and she's like real happy with it. She's like, "Oh, thank you." And on it, it just says Iron's Edge on it, blacksmith and armory.
Ah, so that's the name you finally settled on then.
I thought it was catchy.
No, I like it.
Oh,
It's gonna
very
work
good.
out well.
Good. I hope you to stick around a while if you guys don't mind.
Hey, this place is becoming pretty busy as of late, so yeah, sure. I'm sure it'll work out quite well for you.
Well, are you sticking around?
I intend to, but I've got a bit of an errand to run first.
Oh,
So yeah, I'll be happy to help you set up shop when we get back, but you might be done by then.
we'll see how we go. I can't imagine sales are going to go through the roof. It doesn't seem like too many people around here have money.
No. It'd be nice if we could get some extra food supplies in to help them out a bit, though. Shame you deal in armor,
Well, armor and
and not a
weapons.
bakery.
She sort of like giggles. Well, no, I can't bake any bread, but you know, people need food, and the best way is hunting. I can always supply people with weapons if they need it.
No, happy to hear that. I've got a few friends that could do with some good armor and weapons.
Send them
They're
my
in a
way.
busy line of work.
If I know they're
Yeah,
a
can
friend
do
of
that.
yours, I'll give them a discount.
Charge them double.
Insight check.
Yeah, you can roll inside if you want. Yeah, she's always been pretty straightforward with you. She says that someone comes to her store that says that drops your name, then yeah, she'll try to give them a discount where she can. Um, she sort of looks at you.
Right.
Was there something I remember when you got in contact with me? There was something that you wanted me to look at.
Oh, I'll sort of rummage around and find a piece of parchment. It was kind of a letter for you. Just came across, but hey, you're here now, so I'll just hand it over, and I'll pass you over the letter. I'll pass Jasmine the letter.
Yep.
It's gonna let me do that. Do. There we go. You be sure to look after yourself while I'm gone.
Absolutely. I will. And if you need anything, come see me. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, well, like I said, supplies are running pretty short. If you can think of anything to help out, and I'll sit 2 platinum down on the little makeshift counter. Can you possibly lend him a hand?
Can do, Michelin. She sort of looks at you and smiles, and she glances down at your belt and notices the dagger that you've
Big
got.
dick.
Notices the dagger
to
that
say
you've
it.
got on your belt strap. I'm going to roll an opposed sleight of hand.
Oh, Jesus.
Ugh. Oh, she tries to swipe the dagger that you've recently got that you've been keeping on your belt. She tries to swipe at it. You quickly like pat her out of the way. She's like, "Come on, let me have a look."
Oh, no.
With a roll like
You
that,
don't
she was
want
probably
this.
going for the dick.
She's like, "It looks." Hey?
I was hoping you were going to improve your skills in these times, but no, you don't want this item. I'm not quite sure what it does yet, but if I don't have a need for it, maybe I'll sell it to you.
But she sort of like she bites her bottom lip in contemplation. She's like, "Well, perhaps, maybe not right now. You hold on to it for me. It does look beautiful. Think
Yep,
of me
but
when you
beautiful
use
things
it.
can be dangerous.
That's something I've taught you."
Just a slight smirk runs across my face for 3 seconds, and then it disappears. Anyway, I've got to get back and plan this little adventure. But take care of yourself.
Very well. If you won't let me play with your toys, I'll see you later. And she sort of runs in for a more formal hug, I suppose, than the first one she gave you. And she wishes you well.
Yep, just give her a wave as I'm walking away and turn around and head back to the inn.
Cool.
With all that sexual tension.
So I want to roll. I want to see, can I have heard what they were saying as I walked away?
Yeah, sure.
Because I have them elf ears. What would it be? There's no observation.
Perception, probably.
Perception.
Dude, what
Active
do your
perception.
elf ears hear?
Crickets.
The hum
I
of the crowd.
suppose, yeah, all you can hear is like the crowd is quite busy at the moment, quite rampant, and yeah, there's a lot of people just crying and sad, and yeah, you don't hear that conversation.
Oh, we've lost one.
Sorry,
Sorry.
did he
I'm
disappear?
sorry, I'm just restarting
Ah.
the
Oh
thing.
no, he's gone into the cellar.
Oh. Grab somebody, check the nearest tree. He might be hanging.
Nah.
Actually, look under the bar. He's probably drunk himself to death.
He's passed out on the table upstairs.
He's
Quick
not sure.
question: how do I change the tokens, or is that just something that? Does anyone know how to do that?
Tokens are
Are
what?
you looking at changing your token?
Yeah.
I think it's something that I might have to
Okay.
do.
All right.
Yeah.
What about the profile thing at the top here, where our names are and our cameras usually are? Surely we can change that pretty easily.
Wait, yours is at the
Yeah.
top? Oh,
Oh,
mine's
like,
at the
yeah, like the
mine's
top.
at the bottom. It should just be like your name in like in the settings. Like if you wanted to change what your name was there.
Yeah, but how do we change the picture?
Oh, that I think you have to do in
You
like your actual profile thing outside of the actual game.
Oh. Okay, all right. Coolio. Sorry, as we were.
No worries. Yeah, if you guys want to update that kind of stuff, just let me know and I'll try and help you out. Let him know.
I don't need to worry about the picture of my ugly mugs there. Hey.
all right. I think that's almost everything we wanted to take care of.
Yeah, I think so. So from that, the night gets a bit dark and all that. You guys continue to sit upstairs and drink ale and sort of talk about what's happened over the day and what you guys plan on doing. So you've gone out, you've gone hunting. You guys have got enough for about a day's worth of travel. And you talk about what you plan on doing.
Does anybody know what to expect in Valix when we get there? I can't say I've ever been there myself.
No, I haven't been there either.
I
Guess Thorax taking the lead on this one.
Yeah, so it's like. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was going to say from my history check before I remembered some stuff about Valix, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you? What do I remember about it? Like, what's the terrain like? That sort of stuff. Just the sort of thing I would notice.
So there's not much more I can give you. Yep, the northern area there are that sort of those that mountain range that goes across the north. The land itself is quite similar to Arik, so cooler climates, forest region. There are some swamplands. Yeah, forests. The seas to the south can be known to get quite rough, particularly in between like the islands that get close there. It's not a forgiving land. It's quite harsh. But having said that, there are established cities there. It's not like it's not like it hasn't been conquered. It just hasn't been tamed.
Legit.
Is
So
there
is there
anything
And
else?
I say that.
So,
I guess
Yeah.
you know that it's like this.
And because I'm assuming like that's where I'm from. It's like I spent a lot of time on the
I think-
wildlands and.
I think yeah. So that would be where your father originally was, I suppose. I probably have to go through your backstory a little bit more, but my thinking was you were raised in Loristed with your mother after the death of your father, I think.
Yeah, in secret. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
was
that's right.
just
So
fairly
I-
young, yeah.
I'd
Prophecy,
feel
you might say.
you would probably be more comfortable with Loristed. Valix is sort of like a distant memory for you.
Yeah, so I just. Yeah, so there's. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. Don't worry.
So,
No worries.
Alcohol is too much.
Thorag, on the topic of our trip to Valix, what would we expect from this Throm character?
treacherous, fairly very cunning. Obviously, he swayed the whole tribe and clan to be okay with, the death of my father. So he knows his way around what he wants to say. So as long as he can, what is that? So that he can for his own gain. So, but he's also a very cunning warrior. It'll be very, very hard to get to him.
So
get to him,
perhaps
we
not
will.
a straightforward approach would be best.
That's how I want to go, but if we
I
need to
mean,
be
you
smart,
could
we
be as blunt and straightforward as possible when face to face with him, but getting face to face with him might require a bit more tact.
Yes.
So, I suppose first on the cards would be getting there. Second would be to try to gather as much information as we can.
I would need to be treading quite carefully. I believe he thinks I'm dead, so
I could
So we have the element
potentially,
of surprise.
I could potentially help you with a disguise while we're there to try to make you look less obvious. Nothing too drastic, obviously, just enough to obscure any noticeable features that they may remember you for.
I doubt that they would probably remember me. My mixed blood is probably enough to.
More any family resemblance I was trying to obscure.
I mean, orcs mostly from my clan all look like anyway. And because it's in so many times. But I mean, like, yeah, I can.
Yeah. Well,
I doubt that they would.
we'll see how
recognize
it
me.
goes. If they recognize you or they directly come after you, then we
If they
can...
recognize me, I'll kill them.
That is one way to do it, yes. And then we can try a different approach, or maybe, yeah, we'll play it by ear when we get there then.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose this will... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I do have one condition on helping you with this. We help you do whatever it is you need to do, but you stop thinking about your dark thoughts, shall we put it?
There's no doubt in my mind that those thoughts are completely gone now. I've been renewed with a new sense of purpose.
Well, I'm all in then.
And
Happy
with
to
that,
help.
you
Let's hunt
guys,
some orcs.
you guys finish your drinks. It's getting late now. The fire's still crackling in the background, and you all finish your drinks. You say goodnight, and you all go off to your chambers. Some of you are still bunking with each other, as there's not much room in the inn anymore. But you say goodnight and have a full night's rest. Tomorrow, knowing that you will be on your way to, I assume, west.
Thorag and I aren't still sharing a bed, are we?
You're sharing a bedroom.
No.
Oh, good, because I was about to say, that could be slightly awkward now that I got my wife back.
It's all right.
Alright,
I'll
and
find somewhere
Elaine.
else. I'll find somewhere else.
Actually, before the session wraps up,
Yep.
Ram.
When we're alone in these situations, Ram is fine.
Ram it is. About Elaine, she's not coming with us, is she? Or is she coming with us? Is she staying here to help? What does she have any idea what she wants to do?
I don't know if you're talking to me or like you want
Talking
Elaine
to
to
you
describe
and
it
probably
because
her first.
I'm technically
talking
not.
to both of you at this point.
Okay, does the DM want to talk for Elaine or should I talk for Elaine?
Yeah, I'll speak for Elaine.
Okay. Personally, given the current circumstances, I dread the idea of being apart from her again, but given what we're going to do, I do think her accompanying us would not be a great idea, but I cannot speak for her. If she wishes to come, she can, but I know I would prefer her to stay out of danger. And I turn to Elaine and give her a look of if that's what she wants or not.
She stares back.
As in, like, yes? Or... I don't know sign
Just-
language?
You can start to see her
Yeah,
like
she's writing it down.
tears welling up. Tears
Can't you
welling
see?
up
She's
from her
writing
eyes.
it down. She can't speak.
And I just look her back in the eye and say, I know we've only just reconnected.
And she runs off.
Oh,
She
shit.
runs off.
I may be sharing that bed with Thorag tonight after all.
In the doghouse.
I mean, if you needed to stay here with her, I'm sure we would all understand. I mean, you only just, like you said, you just got her back.
Yes, but given that I was helped so much getting her back, I can't let a member of this new family. Well, I can't help but want to help him fulfill what he wanted to do
I get
against
it.
that.
I get it.
I think in this instance, Hector would probably pipe up and say, "That's right,
Yes, you would.
Revan, you have a debt, don't you?"
Hey, Hector, shut up.
All
Not
right.
part of this
didn't-
conversation.
He's there.
Look,
I feel
I'm-
like he would say it. He's been
Yeah, he
quite
would.
interested in your patronage.
Name. And I go follow Elaine and go chasing her.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
Alright.
Great. I
think
just
we'll-
got my marriage back together and now it's falling apart.
I think we'll end it there for the night.
a job here is
When
done.
we come back to it, you guys will have a full rest and wake up. Just to remind everybody, you're all level 6. If there is anything that you would like to purchase, I will send that spreadsheet out and you can let me know. But it shouldn't be a huge issue.
Just in
There's
regards
probably not
to,
going to be a great deal of things here anyway. So
okay. In regards to finishing off and everything, what's everyone's money situation like? As far as, has everyone basically got the same? Did we get any treasure and we just split everything, or
Well, the treasurer is unfortunately not here. We do have some,
Yeah.
like,
on
we do have our own expenses, but we also do have a treasury to pull from.
yeah,
from-
on your
Okay,
character
right.
sheet there should be your like individual money.
yeah, yes, I've got that, but I just wasn't too sure. We're just splitting everything, or yeah, I forgot that we were like doing that. Just because, like, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I might want to splurge on some new armor. So
There is also in the quest log in the compendium notes thing,
mm,
a journal in the quest log thing there is a group fund thing at the bottom of that. Whether or not that is completely up to date, I am not sure, but there is a pool of funds there. So if it was
Right,
something to
okay.
go with the party, like for the party, we'd probably take from that after saying, it's like, hey, I'm buying this for the party, is that cool? Cool. But if it's like something for yourself, then you can just spend it out of your own character sheet money.
yeah. So that's what I was just like, did we all? Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
cool. Oh yeah, group.
No, that's
yeah,
fine,
here we
man.
go.
These are the questions you need to ask.
Jesus, look at that gold!
I mean, you say that, but
yeah, I don't know.
we all have platinum pieces, and they're worth 10 gold each. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got 15 platinum, 55 gold. We're not doing Electrum, are we?
I have
Look,
Electrum
just,
on mine.
I think
Oh, do we? I'm not
Electrum is
100%.
more of like a spice that I'll throw in there, but I
Yeah.
highly doubt you guys will use it.
Yeah,
it won't be
Because
worth
I
it.
know that the conversion rate's really weird.
Yeah.
Because I know copper is
Electrum's-
1 silver.
Yeah, 10 coppers, 1 silver, right?
Yeah, it's all 10, 10,
Or is
10.
that-
It all goes up, but then
Yeah.
Electrum's some weird.
it's
Electrum's
like-
equivalent to gold, but it's just it's a different currency, but it's the same worth. If that makes sense.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Yeah, I
So
thought there was.
it's
some
there for
weird
like
conversion
extra
thing.
flavor, or you could
Okay.
technically use them as something else, like a gambling token
Yeah. Okay.
at a
So
casino.
what's-
You could say, "Oh, we deal in Electrum."
Yeah. What's platinum? Is that just 10 of
On gold.
10 gold?
In
Yeah, okay.
gold, yeah.
Damn.
We're rich bitches.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Some of us are.
Cool. Doing all right.
So
Alrighty then.
what I'll do before you guys go, if you do want to shop, just roll me a. I'll leave it up to you. You can either roll a persuasion or a. How does this sound? I'll let you guys roll a persuasion if you guys just want to do some generic shopping. On the rare occasion, if you want to roll an intimidation for like a one ticket item, I'll do that as well.
Just say persuade. I'll roll persuasion, but I don't know if I actually want to buy anything at this point.
Yeah, I'll
get
do
back
the
to you on
same.
that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
same.
Yeah. What are the things? Persuasion.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow, both got the same roll.
Yeah, but I rolled on that one.
Yep,
Good luck, Thorin.
that evens out.
Good luck, Ram.
Well, I guess I'm paying full price.
No,
And
not
then
full
some.
price.
All right, I'm
You're-
getting ripped
you're
off.
saying that you walk in and they see that you're a tiefling and they jack the prices up. We don't
Right.
serve your kind here.
They're racists.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do look like a demon.
We
Yeah,
are.
I feel like the demon and the half orc should have probably got an advantage on that because we're pretty intimidating.
That was persuasion, not
It's
intimidation.
persuasion.
You roll
Uh,
persuasion.
I
buddy,
mean,
you roll one.
either or.
Ah,
um,
shit.
That would still use the same. That would still use the same modifier for me.
Oh no, it doesn't do it. It's different.
And in that one, still in that one.
Yeah, look, if you've got like a I don't know if the orcs have like a advantage on intimidation checks or whatever, but if that happens, then just roll 2 dice. We'll take the highest and whatever if that was the case. But
That's all good.
I think we'd be more like Thorag if you're like, oh, I want to buy plate armor and I'm going to intimidate for it, and then you roll for it, and then we'll work out the price after if you want.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah, just straight persuasion rolls, and I'll write them down. And
Yeah. So once you upload that spreadsheet, I suppose we'll just we'll look at what's there and then just send you a message saying it's like, hey, my character would like to purchase X.
yeah,
And
so
when
look,
we come back
it's-
for the next session, we'll say that we've done that.
it's a pretty rough guide of like what there is, what you can buy it for. It's not everything though. If you want a magic item, we can look into that. If you have an item that you fucking just crazy, you want to chase up, come see me. But those
Is that
prices
a,
are sort of a guide.
That's a spreadsheet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. That's why it wouldn't open there.
We'll say something like if you roll a 5 or lower, you get max price. If you roll anything like a 15 or higher, you get good prices. I don't know. Or some percentage. I'll work it out. But I'm just using that as a guide for now.
I think my roll was very low, so I'm probably not getting a whole lot.
I mean, I got a good roll, but I honestly don't know if I need anything.
Why don't we just like say like?
So,
get
like I
Dover
said,
to
I'll
go and
roll
buy
for it
everything
now. I'll
us.
think about it and let you know.
Sorry,
We'll
Thor.
go do everything for us.
Doesn't work like
It's
that.
like.
Can I go shopping with Thorag?
yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'd like a massive battle axe, please. It's like he's clearly like some shifty.
Someone like, oh, do this. Oh, okay. You walk outside.
I'm happy.
"Oh, I'd
I'm
like a
happy
battle
if
axe,
you
please."
before we roll from now on. If you want to say, "Hey, Revan, can you go buy us these things because you're very charismatic?" I'll allow that before the roll, but that's what it goes with.
I can guarantee you
Yeah.
nobody's going to say, "Hey, Revan, go do a thing," because my
Challenge
rolls,
accepted.
my
But
rolls
You
speak
just
for
walked into that
themselves.
one. Yeah, probably not now.
There is a reason that when we were playing the Heroes of Barteria or whatever the hell it was called, that people chose to fight me in their boss fights.
Yes, this is true.